Hello and welcome back to our grade 9 maths lesson. I am Mrs. Rhea, your grade 9 maths teacher. In today's lesson, we are going to look at congruent figures. Okay, congruent figures. Congruent figures are figures that are identical in size, shape, and features. Let's look at examples of congruent triangles. Okay. Let's see if I have two congruent triangles. Have two congruent triangles. Let's see how these two triangles are congruent. They don't really look identical, but we'll explain the concept using these two triangles. Now, how do we know that these two triangles are congruent? This side and this side are equal. So let's say these two corresponding sides are equal. This side and this side are equal, and these corresponding sides are equal. So from these two triangles, we can see that the corresponding sides of these two triangles are equal. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent. So we use the rule SSS to identify that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, now let's go to the next one. We also want to find out why triangles are congruent. So this time I have again two triangles which are congruent. Okay, here I have these corresponding sides which are also equal, these corresponding sides which are also equal, and the angle included which are also equal. So to identify that these two triangles are congruent, we use the rule SAS, okay, which means that two corresponding sides and the included angle which are equal. Let's look at the number 3 rule that is used to identify congruent triangles. Okay, this time I have two congruent triangles here. Okay, we have two angles here. One is a shaded dot, the other one is an unshaded dot. Okay, this angle and this angle are corresponding angles and they are equal. This angle and this angle are also corresponding angles and they are equal. And the side which is adjacent to the corresponding angles is also equal. So we use this rule ASA to identify that these two triangles are congruent. Now let's look at the last rule. Okay, I have two right angle triangles. Okay, the side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse, as we have already learned in our previous lessons, and the one corresponding side is also equal. Now, if these two triangles are right angle triangles and their hypotenuses are equal and their corresponding sides are equal, they are congruent. So we use the rule RHS to identify that these triangles are congruent. We called it RHS, a right angle triangle with the hypotenuse and the corresponding side being equal. So these are the 4 rules that we use to identify congruent triangles. Now we are going to look at how we can use these congruent rules for congruent triangles to find the unknown sides. Okay, let's look at some exercises here. I have 2 right angle triangles here. Okay, these are right angle triangles. So we know that if they are right angles triangles, we definitely will use the rule number 4, RHS, for these right angle triangles. And this is x. We do not know what the value of this is. This angle here at the top is 60 degrees. And this angle here is y degrees. We know that this angle here is 30 degrees. The value of this is given. But using our 4th rule, RHS rule, we know that the angles are equal, the triangles are congruent if they are right angle triangles. So if this is 60 degrees here, this angle and this angle here are corresponding angles. Therefore, y will be equal to 60 degrees. And this angle here, 30 degrees, and this angle here are also corresponding angles. Therefore, x will be equal to 30 degrees. So using the rule for congruent triangles, we can find the unknown values. So our values for y is 60 degrees and for x is 30 degrees. Now, let's look at another triangle here. We also have 2 congruent triangles. We want to find the unknown values of these 2 congruent triangles. Okay, let's say this triangle is GMA and this triangle here is PQJ. This angle here is y plus 8 degrees. This angle here is 60 degrees. This angle here is 80 degrees. This side is 5 meters and this side here is 9 meters. This side is 2x plus 3 meters. Now, we want to find out what the value of x is in these congruent triangles. We are going to use the known sides of the congruent triangles to find the value of x. Now, if GM is 5 meters, PQ is also 5 meters because they are congruent sides. If angle Q is 60 degrees, angle M is also 60 degrees because they are corresponding angles. Now, we have to find out what the value of x is. We know that if this side is 5 meters and this side is 5 meters, they are congruent sides. So, 9 meters will correspond to MA. So, 2x plus 3 is congruent to 9 meters, or we say corresponds to 9 meters. So, we are going to use that to find the value of x. So, we say 2x plus 3 is equal to 9. We subtract 3 on both sides of the equation. 2x will be equal to 6. When I subtract 3 on both sides of the equation, we are left with 2x on the left-hand side and On the right-hand side, we have 6. Now, we divide both sides of the equation by 2 because we are multiplying x by 2. So, 2 into 2 is 1. We are left with x is equals to 6 divided by 2 is 3. So, our value of x is equal to 3. Let's see if 2x plus 3 is equal to 9. So, we substitute x into 3. So, we have 2x plus 3 is equal to 2 times 3 plus 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So, 2x plus 3 when x is equals to 3 is 9. Therefore, 2x plus 3 is congruent to 9 meters because they are equal in length. Now, let's look at the last one where we are going to find the value of y. We know that G and 80 degrees are corresponding angles. We can use that to find value of y plus 8. So, we have y plus 8 is equal to 80 degrees. Now, what do we do to find y? We subtract 8 on both sides of the equation. Y plus 8 minus 8 will cancel out, so we will be left with y on the left-hand side. 80 minus 8 will give us 72. Therefore, y is equal to 72. Now, let's see if it's going to be equal to 80 when we substitute y into the equation y plus 8. Y plus 8 is equal to 72 plus 8, which is equal to 80 degrees. Therefore, y equals 8 is equal to 72 is correct because when we substituted the value into this formula here, we were able to get the same answer, which is 80 degrees. So, that is the way in which we can find unknown values using congruent figures. That brings us to the end of our lesson for grade 9 on geometry and also the end of our lesson for term 2. Now, in term 3, we are going to look at algebra and solving equations and number patterns. So, see you when we come back in term 3. Thank you.